I love you.
On Storyboard today, how much battering can the IPL brand withstand? To sell or not to sell, a question independent agencies will have to confront sooner than later. And the highlights of Super Bowl 2012. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I am Anuradha Sengupta. Now, we all know that the IPL is the child of controversy. Every year since its start, it has been the centre of ugly business and political wrangling. This year, it's the Sahara India Group that's taking on the BCCI over the player auction, which it claims was unfair. To mount pressure last Sunday, Sahara announced that it would withdraw as sponsor of the Indian cricket team and end a 12-year-long association. Of course, since then, both the BCCI and the Sahara Group have made conciliatory noises suggesting that some compromise that keeps everyone happy may be hammered out. Animesh Das finds out if the IPL brand can survive this latest round of battering.
With that purse, there was no point going to auction.
I still think that a dialogue can resolve some of the issues.
You had broadcasters, you had sponsors, you had people out there, fans out there, all wanting to be part of the game. Today, why is everybody walking out?
Another year, another controversy, but the same battleground, the IPL. Just an hour before the player auction for Season 5 got underway on February 4th, the BCCI's oldest partner, the Sahara Group, said it would withdraw from all cricket under the BCCI. That includes the ownership of its IPL franchise, Pune Warriors India, that it had paid 1,700 crore rupees for in 2010. It also said that it would end its 11-year sponsorship of the national cricket team. While the main reason was the size of its purse for the player auctions, the grievances, Sahara says, has been building for a while.
You see, in the first bidding of the IPL 2008, only a manager's confusion. He went to the documents and the money or whatever 24 hours late, but 24 hours before the bid was to be opened. Do you think Sahara didn't deserve to get that little consideration? Last year only I had said you should open the auction because there are two new teams and there should be level playing field. It is in the interest of the tournament. I had told them that if all the teams are properly balanced, viewers will enjoy each and every match. You should allow Saurabh in place of Yuvraj and give us full purse at least, if not added purse. Without a full purse, what was the idea of going to the auction? I tell you very frankly, our team wanted to take Jadeja.
And this list goes on. Since the IPL launched in 2008, its founder commissioner has had to flee the country. Two teams, Kings 11 Punjab and Rajasthan Royals, are hanging in there on the basis of a legal order. The 9th Kochi Tuskers has been axed, while the owners of the 10th team are threatening to pull out. So while the league may be used to a fresh problem every year, the big question is how long will it be able to survive these body blows? The critics of the BCCI, both old and new, say the end may be near.
Is there any level of transparency? Are there any sacrosanct rules which are already laid? If they are, can we please have them on their official website so that every franchisee and spectator who is a key stakeholder understands and knows that these are the rules and these will not be bent for anyone, whosoever it might be, howsoever powerful that franchisee might be. So therefore, different standards are being adopted for different people at different points in time, and which is why the entire brand IPL today is a laughing stock. And instead of what Lalit Modi in those days had created, it was a huge international brand with a certain level of spectator interest, which is why it was generating the kind of money. But if the ICC and if BCCI and IPL continue the way they are doing, then I have no doubt that IPL in the next 2 years will be history.
Things happen in IPL and then they change it. New governance comes in, new laws come in overnight. If you're still in that stage, for God's sake, have an open mind, especially when your sponsor has invested over 12 years, especially when your sponsors are actually in shaky waters. IPL is now not cricket, it's a commodity. Especially when this commodity is not being traded over the last five years now, 4.5 years. It's not traded. No stock of IPL has yet been traded in the market. So the valuation is notional still. Point number 2, no team is still made money from IPL. Okay? And point number 3, the franchise model which was sold as a dream is still not in action. It is a superstar model. It's not a franchise model yet. Having said that, these 3 pillars are still not in black and rocking. If it's not, and then you have a franchise walking away with a small issue like this, it's not a very progressive move.
With the BCCI president and the owner of the Chennai Super Kings reaching out to the Sahara Group and the Sahara Group open to being cajoled back into the game, chances are that the solution will be hammered out. But not before affecting the league's marketing campaign that is being held till the scenario becomes clearer. Other team owners are trying to shrug off the news and focus on unveiling their new plans and increasing revenues.
From a franchise perspective, until last year, we've only played 14 matches each year, regardless of the number of teams. So from a franchise sponsorship perspective, it changes nothing. This year, it was supposed to be 2 more, and it might still very well be 2 more because we haven't heard what the final outcome of all of this is, because one just hears about it mainly from the media and reading the reports on the fact that there are negotiations and discussions that are likely to take place, which is good, and I hope something is sorted out.
While the 8 other team owners have participated in the auction and are looking to tie up sponsors, the Sahara controversy is expected to impact public sentiment that's already low given the Indian team's performance in England and then Australia and the now annual revelations about the inner workings of the IPL.
I think IPL has lost a lot of ground from the time Lalit Modi left. There was a certain sense of flamboyancy. This is a packaging product. They say content was king in 1990s, but right now packaging is God. So this is a packaging product. So that flamboyancy went out first, and season 4 came after World Cup, lost its sting because it's now this IPL. My God, in my honest opinion, with 20 years of experience in cricket marketing, it's a tough year for IPL because it's a superstar model. IPL is Sachin versus Sehwag, Sehwag versus Dhoni, Dhoni versus Yuvraj. It's based on superstar model, and all of our superstars are going through their worst form, and half of them are about to retire, and there are no takers for them. So who are you going to go watch?
Telecast advertisers, as usual, are adopting a wait-and-watch policy. But playoff and strategic timeout sponsor Max Mobiles has already pulled out because of its own financial difficulties. While Sahara has said that the Pune team will play, broadcast partner Setmax will be looking for a final word on the total number of matches. Another concern will be last year's ratings that at just 3.59 was 30% lower than 2010 and the lowest in its 4-year history. Media planners say advertiser interest is lukewarm and Setmax is still trying to close its final list of sponsors.
While they started a month back, some of the decisions are yet not closed. For example, 2 of the teams, Cochin is out, Pune is yet under debate, nobody knows what's going to happen. So that's one set of things which there have been uncertainties. 2 is also what is it that IPL is going to do to market to make it bigger, because last year's IPL has been a little of a disappointment. So what is the concern BCCI, so Setmax, all of them put together going to do to make it come more alive, make people watch. Plus the last 6 months haven't been very conducive to cricket. So I think all these 3 is the reason why it's not closed faster than it should have.
While Sahara is clearly leveraging its sponsorship of the Indian team to get its way into the IPL and may just remain invested if the BCCI plays ball, sources say that other advertisers will be happy to come in. Airtel, Hero Motors, Reliance and the Future Group are some companies that may be interested.
He's got in. It's a series win for Australia.
But with the dismal performance of the Indian cricket team since the World Cup win and the BCCI scrapping of its broadcast deal with Nimbus, the value of Indian cricket may just go down.
The pricing for the Indian team sponsorship is not that lucrative as it projects to be. And if it was so lucrative and sexy, then how come 2 years ago when the bid was up and about and it was such a desirable product, there were only 2 bids. And Percept was really fortunate because Mr. Roy is very kind to us. We look after his advertising work also. That both the bids were actually carried by Percept and the other bid was Airtel. So there were only 2 bids. And Sahara outbid Airtel hands down in that bidding process. But there were not 10 people dying for team sponsorship.
The consensus from stakeholders is pretty clear. Season 5 may just be the make or break year for the IPL's future survival. Whether or not it manages to overcome the current setback will be known once the tournament kickstarts on April 4th. But you can bet there'll be as much action and drama before the first ball is bowled. In Mumbai, Animesh Das.
Now, Indian cricket is the pawn in the high-stakes battle over the IPL. Even if the Sahara Group and the BCCI reach a solution as we speak, the question remains, will IPL fans believe that the league is a fair tournament where the competition is genuine? Because when that belief is gone, you can bet this brand will die. Tell us what you think. Take the Ad Meter poll question on Twitter or on our Facebook page or on our website storyboard.in.com. Coming up next on Storyboard, independent agencies are asking, what next? Back in just a bit.